Hi guys, welcome back to Her and Family Homestead. My name is Amanda and I thought I would show you today how I grind our grain into flour. I do mill the majority of our flour. I also buy some white flour that's organic so that we can use that in a lot of our pastries and things like that. It makes it a little nicer. I get my wheat from Azure Standard. I buy organic. This is soft white wheat. I also buy hard red. They've got several different varieties of wheat. Just depending on what you're going to use it for. The red wheat has more gluten content, the soft white does not. It also doesn't have as much protein, so if you're looking for a really nutritious wheat, you'll want to go with the red or the hard white, something like that. So this is a Nutra Mill. I previously had a Wonder Mill and it worked great. I used it for years and years. There were a few things that I didn't like about it, and that was when you went to put the wheat in, you had to actually start the mill first before you put your grain in. Otherwise it would clog. And this one has a feature that allows you to put the grain in first, and so that's really nice. Another thing that the Wonder Mill would do is when you started it, it would actually kind of jolt and almost jump off the counter, which made a mess a couple times, but as long as you held on to it, it was fine. This Nutra Mill doesn't do that. I really like the design. It's got a reservoir down here in the bottom to hold the flour, and then it's got a cup there that keeps it from making a whole bunch of dust, and then it has a filter, and this is where the flour goes in. So you do want to make sure that when you're putting the bin in that you push it all the way in, otherwise the flour tends to spurt out and it gets really dusty. So I'm going to go ahead and put my grain in the top. You can fill this pretty far, you don't want to overfill it, but it's got actually an extension that makes it to where you can fill it a little bit more. And then I'm just going to put my lid on. I'll make sure that the motor is on high. You want that on the high setting, and then you just turn it on. So that's done. It doesn't take too long. And I'll show you the final product. When I take my lid off, I just kind of tap the flour off of it because it does tend to get stuck on the lid a little bit. So the final product is a nice fine flour. It's not as fine as white flour. It's still whole wheat, but this mill does pretty good on getting it fine. So now it's ready to use. I do store it in the canister part of the time, and then sometimes I will store it in a number 10 can like this. We use it up pretty quickly. I have heard of people storing it in the freezer if you're not going to use it right away. So I hope that helps some of you guys. You got a little overview of my grain mill and how I make our flour. And if you'd like to get any flour from Azure Standard, I will leave a link in the description box below. Have a great day, and we will catch you on the next video.